Yes, good afternoon, class. I hope you are all in. And to start with the roll call, I hope the class rep is here. And I hope all the class members have attended. Yeah, so if you are ready, then we continue with our class. Today's topic is about carbohydrates. And under carbohydrates, we shall define the term carbohydrate. Then we shall look at the classification of carbohydrates and the types, and later we shall look at the characteristics. So if we are all ready, then we are good to go. So what is carbohydrate? Carbohydrates is a group of organic compounds that are occurring in living tissues and foods in the form of starch, cellulose, and sugars. So this is typically broken down to release energy, and that is the energy that the body will use. So now, since we defined carbohydrates, we shall look at the classification. And under classification, carbohydrates is classified into two, which we have monosaccharides and disaccharides. So mono means one, and these are the simplest carbohydrates which cannot be hydrolyzed into smaller carbohydrates. So the mono, as I had stated earlier, means one. And this shows the presence of only one sugar unit. So you can see from my screen the formula and the structure of carbohydrates. Functions of monosaccharides, they are about 4. There could be many, but for now we want to look at only 4. So the first one is glucose is an important source of energy in humans and plants. And plants synthesize this glucose into carbon dioxide and water, which then is turned into energy. So the excess glucose can be stored in form of starch in humans and herbivores to consume later. The second function is the presence of galactose in milk or sugar, and fructose in fruits. Honey makes this food sweet. So anytime you taste sugar or any fruit, what makes it sweet is the presence of galactose or lactose, and that is what gives it the sweet taste. The third function is ribose is a structural element of nucleic acids and some coenzymes. The last one is mannose is a constituent of proteins and glycoproteins required for proper function. As I had earlier stated, that carbohydrate is classified into two, that is mono, which we've already looked at. We now have the second one, which is disaccharides. Disaccharides means two, and this one consists of 2 sugar units. So when it is subjected to dehydration, or what we call dehydration reaction, that is the condensation reaction, they release 2 monosaccharide units. So classification of disaccharides, they are classified into reducing sugar and non-reducing sugar. So reducing sugar meaning disaccharide reduces the sugar, which has a free hemiacetal unit, which serves as a reducing aldehyde. So an example of this is maltose and what we call cellobiose. Lastly, looking at the functions of disaccharides. So we've looked at how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6. There could be more, but in this class, we shall only look at the 6 functions. So the first one is sucrose is a product of photosynthesis, which functions as a major source of carbon and energy in plants. Then maltose is an important intermediate in starch and glycogen digestion. So that is our class, and I wish to end. Thank you.